time cooking this guy on TikTok, man. Listen, is it just me, or I really have no tolerance for passive aggressive people. I don't think they're funny. Even if they're a passive aggressive type of comedian, I don't think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? I just, it really is like people that talk a lot of stuff that don't really feel like, I don't feel like they can back it up. And I just had this guy pop up my feed like 3 times. The first video, I didn't like it. And I didn't like button, kept it trucking. Hopefully he wouldn't pop back up. Then he popped back up like a couple weeks later. I'm guessing he's watching my content. I'm not sure, because I don't watch dudes, so I don't know why. Like any dude that I do watch on there, a few I do, I'm friends with him on there, right? So this dude keeps popping up, and every blue moon, so I'm guessing he's watching my content. But he says a lot of passive aggressive, you know, like beta type of male things. You know, they like to say things in their what they believe to be satire, you know what I'm saying, and comedy, when it's really just them airing their grievances that they can't do out in real life because they're too cowardly for the repercussions of their big mouth. That's pretty much the way it is, you know. And any regular man that, you know, says what he says, ready to deal with whatever consequences of it, can look at that person and tell this male is not about that life. But thank goodness for the internet, where a coward can play the role of a comedian or something and try to basically air out their grievances and just be like, oh, I'm trying to be funny. Yeah, shut up, cornball. You look at the bottom of some, you know what I'm saying, third world countries, you know, poverty stricken person foot, okay? And that's not no shade to any third world countries, you know what I'm saying, person that's in poverty's foot. You know what I mean? You're doing what you have to do and you're grounding yourself, but that man's face looks like your foot. So I had to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, apply that pressure. That being said, shout out to y'all, the narc bullies out there, 222 on the clock as I say this. You're doing things, getting things done, not taking no BS from anyone. Just like earlier today when I had to cook this joker, you know, I made sure I left a comment though. I didn't just like duet his video, cook them and not like leave a comment. I left a comment airing out my grievances saying, why do you keep popping up in my feed? I really believe he's watching my content. Don't do it, man. Find something else to do. Man, these losers, man. I guess finding content is rough out there in these streets. Anyway, y'all, especially when you're boring, you're lame, have no life. Anyway, y'all, and guess what, man? He was taking a jab at, he thinks he's funny, but he was taking a jab at guys that work out, and, you know, he made the reference of, you know, he had a gym buddy or something, and his gym buddy, or a bodybuilder buddy said something to him, and he was like, no, bro, you're only working out because your previous relationship didn't work out. First of all, that is so lame, man. Like, dude don't want to work out, dude ugly, but dude got something to say about somebody else trying to do something for themselves, and then try to put that energy on somebody else as if another person can motivate you to be, man, I just hate those passive aggressive dudes. And in a way, I feel like he was somewhat slighting me, because he keeps popping up my feed and I don't even know the fool. So I went ahead and handled his ass. No passive aggressive needed. Straight shot at him, headshot, bang, done. You know what I'm saying? I ain't passive aggressive nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and send my aggression to you, you know what I'm saying, directly to your dome. So that way you can handle it like a man. You're either gonna do something about it passive aggressively, or you're gonna do something about it directly like a man. I'm gonna force you to be a male. See, this is the reason, the problem. There's a lot of these males out here, 4:20 on the clock, a timer as I say this, a lot of these males out here that are trying to portray themselves as men, and they're not. These males out here are the reason why these women are talking about most men are down low. It's not most men, it's these males. It's these males that are so feminine in nature that they love social media more than women. They use social media more than women. And they would never in real life ever say the things that they say on social media. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you know, they're very cowardly, so they really just do this mostly to the women they date Every now and again, you know what I'm saying, they'll rattle the wrong cage and somebody like me will come after them. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't live on the internet. But if you look like the bottom of somebody's foot and you're going to run your mouth, you know, talking about people that, you know, get in shape after, you know, getting out of a nightmare situation, well, you probably should keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I get checked all the time. Do I go back at them? Of course I do. Put them in their place. He has all the right to try to, all he wants to with his passive-aggressive satire. We'll see who has better passive-aggressive satire and who seems like they're about that life or not. He believes himself to be funny. Outside of being funny looking, you know, I beg to differ. I beg to differ, right? Have a little bit of a punchline and know how to throw a camera around a little bit and everybody thinks they're a comedian. You know, listen, man, when you're real funny looking, it makes everything you say that much more funny. Best believe that, man. Best believe that. But let's, you know, leave that clown alone. I cooked him well enough in my video on TikTok. I missed that, by the way. Go ahead and check it out. When you see the guy's face and you see how he speaks, you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely that passive-aggressive type of mentality that's pissing off all the women, that's overutilizing social media and don't know how to really, you know, articulate itself as a man, moving like a man, speaking like a man, clear, not trying to beat around the bush, not trying to drop into windows. You know what I mean? Just goofy stuff. Get back to the subject. You know, part of the reason why, you know, we're going to bring it home for the reason for the title. You're hot right now. You got lame ass dudes watching you, hating on you. You know what I'm saying? That's to my fellas out there and my ladies, but mainly to my fellas. You got a lot of dudes out here that want to say something to you because of the attention that you get from the women. The women that you're not trying to get attention from, you're only putting yourself out there, and those women are naturally attracted to you. And because of this natural attraction, that you're not in no kind of way online doing what they're doing, trying to be cute and wear the best fashion and the newest clothes and all this crazy crap and put on some expensive, you know, gear and eyewear and this, that, and the third. You're not doing all that. You're just on here doing what you're doing, trying to get your own brand started up. And women dig that stuff, right? Women dig that stuff. They love it. You know what I'm saying? And these guys right here overthinking how to get women, and these cornballs, they love, listen, it's such a, it causes them so much, you know what I'm saying, internal mental turmoil, where they're sitting here as a heterosexual male, beta as it may, having to watch another man who is, you know, living his, you know, most true self, not pandering, not kissing butt, not, you know, taking any crap from anyone, period, and then not even caring. So they gotta literally see a real man for the first time, and they thought that they were doing it. You know, they thought that they had it together. They thought that they're funny. They thought they fooled enough people to like them, and they do a whole lot to be the way that they are. They do a whole lot to be the way that they are, and you're just being yourself. You don't have to put a mask on. Remember the mask you had on the day before and the day before that. You ain't got to do any of that. You got everything together already. You know what I'm saying? So these losers who are, you know, weird in nature, they love to sit around and watch another man be a man, and then, you know, get jealous and start doing weirdo things, starting rumors. Of course they're doing that, you know what I mean? If you're African American, which I hate using that title, but that's what everybody knows, or Black American, best believe most other black dudes are jealous of you and talking crap about you behind your back. It's the easiest way to neutralize a threat. And for some reason, don't ask me why, but a lot of Negroes with this slave mentality are always trying to neutralize another black man for no good reason. I mean, what do you need an enemy for when your enemy looks just like you, right? For no good reason, just got that mentality. They will go out of their way to mess with you, have something to say about you behind your back and trying to smear you. And the only reason they're doing this, it's not because, you know, these reasons too, they would love to do it to other races of men, but it's really because they feel like you're taking the batch of women that's meant for them. I'm telling you the truth. That's what they think. They think if you aren't around, some kind of way, they would end up with these women by proxy because they're a black dude. Yeah, it's the one Negro law. Yeah, they do this all the time. All the time. They have no sense. Even if you weren't around, they still would have no chance with these women because they're lames. But look, in their little mind, you know, this is how they think. If that Negro can do it, I can do it. Why they think this way, I have no earthly idea. That's why I tell y'all, whenever you think or a black dude comes my way with that, hey, bro, bruh, I'm looking at you closer. I'm looking at any other race. I know you will try me twice as fast as you'll try any other race of people, right? So fellas, pay attention to what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? And this goes for any kind of narcissist, because race don't matter when it comes to a narcissist, right? But what I do know, as far as, you know, black Americans go, if you're black American, you know this as well. A lot of our own people, you know what I'm saying? How do I say this? Oh, all skin folk ain't kin folk. Let's put it like that. You know, 11-11 on the timer as I said that, right? And they'll use that as their way to get in and then stab you in the back, because honestly, since I've been doing this online, I've done the analytics, and there's two groups that harass me a lot. And lately, it's really become one, because most women like me now. It was single Caucasian women and, you know, black males, and some black males are down low. Now it's really just black males. They're just black dudes. You know what I'm saying? They feel like I'm getting the attention that they should be getting, and these women wouldn't even look at them even if I wasn't around. But that's just the way that they are, right? And the reason for all the hate from all these males is you're getting looked at girlfriends, and dudes are so lame and insecure. They want to project that onto you as if it's your problem, like you've done anything but live your best life, minding your own business. You know, just like a lame that'll go around and try to project and get into your energy because they don't like what you do, you know what I'm saying, and you live around them. Well, I can't help that I live around you, fool, right? But that doesn't give you the right to try to project onto me because you don't like who I am and we're stuck in a living environment. How adult is that? It's not adult at all. You just pay attention, you take note, right? What's the reason for all this hate and jealousy and envy and just out of nowhere bother? Because they ain't got no life. They don't have no life. They don't have anything else better to do. And, you know, the devil works in funny ways. You're happy. I'm going to tell you right now, most people are miserable as fuck. And they see you being happy, and it don't matter what. They just get mad, especially when the devil's in them. They just get mad, but they can't tell you that. They have to find something wrong with you so they can gaslight you to other people and smear your name and be like, oh, well, this is the reason why, you know, I have a problem with them. Ain't like I just have a problem with them for no reason. No, cornball. If you got a problem with someone, you just avoid that person. You don't try to make your presence known. You don't, you know, do little weird things to work your way around them, to show your, you know, way you disagree with them and the way. You just do weird stuff like that, basically forcing their energy on you. And then they wonder why you're so aggressive, because I want to knock you out, because I don't think that another male should be forcing his energy onto me by coming into my, you know, aura, you know, speaking or being ignorant or trying to slight me to my face. Say what you have to say like a man. Say what you have to say. Won't do it. Won't do it. Passive aggressive, passive aggressive. Man, I got a cornball that was out here trying to mimic me one day. Neighbor out here trying to mimic me like I don't tell it. Won't say nothing to me, will not approach me, will not say, hey, listen, I don't like da-da-da, because he knows it might end up in some furniture moving. He don't want to do that. What he wants to do is constantly drive by, you know, give me the evil eye or act like I'm not there, and then come outside with no shirt on, being out of shape, walking around yelling on his phone, you know, just doing cornball stuff, being a cornball person, you know, trying to project onto me, right? What do? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to allow some person who watches me too much, you know, has already multiple times tried to get my phone number, don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, be a normal person for somebody to even think about, you know what I mean, giving their number out to some weird neighbor, let alone, you know what I'm saying, I don't give my number out to anybody, let alone some weird ass neighbor. Why are you asking me 3 times? That's strange. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, these are observations. That was a hidden enemy. As soon as he couldn't get that phone number that he kept trying to get, and he kept trying to reach out to me on different social media for some weird ass reason, whenever he couldn't get what he wanted, he showed his ass. Started, making sure he didn't wave, don't even, avoid him. He wanted to do that in the first place. And I knew that. So why am I going to let him play me for a fool? I know you don't want to talk in the first place. For some weird reason, you're trying to get information on me. I don't know why you're trying to get information on me, but I don't trust you. And see, when you call these people out, that demon gets so upset and so embarrassed, they start doing childish things, super childish things. You know what I'm saying? Super weird things, right? And it's all stemming back to a lot to do with, I'm gonna be real, you get a lot of attention from the ladies. You get a lot of attention from the ladies. These cornballs are just constantly trying to figure out why or how you do what you do, and they can't figure it out, and they will find a reason to have a problem with you. See, I don't entertain that neighbor. See, he comes outside his home and he tries to project his energy onto me and turn around and walk away in the house. I turn around and get back in my house before he gets a chance to. He comes out and comes home from work and want to park on the other side of his vehicle so he ain't got to see me. I turn around and go to the front side of my home, right? I don't want to see your ass either. So, I am good at mirroring someone's energy. It's not the most mature thing in the world to do. But I'm going to tell you what, when you're not trying to put energy or thought into someone that's putting too much thought into you, well, mirror their energy. This person's obviously putting a lot of thought in the way that he decides to move. I'm mirroring his energy. I'm not going to put thought into him and figure out how I'm going to get back at this person. I can't ignore a direct neighbor that lives right next to me, and I'm making videos outside the home. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure he has a jammer and was jamming up, the signal on my Wi-Fi. He's done a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Dude did a lot of stuff. Because I remember one night I kept having problems with my connection, and I was recording at nighttime. See, I do this stuff. I'll just say things. I like test stuff out. They don't want me to get this out. So, dude, I was doing my podcast in my truck because I want my son to sleep, and I didn't have his little headphones or whatever at the time that I got now for him to do the rain music. So, I was just going outside, going in the truck, recording, and this guy who never has anyone over ever in his entire life, all of a sudden started having this male friend over at about the same time that I do my late night lives. He was trying to give his friend a little bit of entertainment. He thought he was going to continue to mess and glitch my lives up while kikiing because I'm in my truck. He don't think I can notice that kind of stuff. He didn't think I noticed that, man. I seen him invited. That was the last night I did a live in my truck. Got my set together so I can have my privacy. Playing around with these people. I can obviously see when someone's trying to be corny. See, a lot of people watch you and you don't really notice it. I know who's watching me. I just decide when and who I'm going to react to. That's it. I know who's watching me. I know, I feel, I know. You know what I'm saying? I do my analytical information from the things I pick up and notice, and I get it to a science. And part of my thing is also, lone wolves do this as well. I like throwing people off. I like, being in my own little world. See, I could put a mask on, a tough mask on, and run. I don't want to do that. That's not my nature. See, when it's time for the wolf to come out, it comes out. But I don't need to walk around with that on my face to act tough. That's dumb. That's insecure. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna be myself. Now, when I have to react the way I gotta react to a male, I will handle as such, handle him, then get back to neutral and smiling again. What do you think we did in Iraq? You think that we had to go over there and walk around with a scowl on our face? No, we had to go outside the gate, do what we had to do, bring our butts back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my veterans, especially my Army dogs. Put these dog tags on the back. So listen, what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So you just notice everything around you, and there's no reason to put up a mask, because I think those are kind of narcissistic tendencies to have to put up a fake mask to be able to get around. You shouldn't, you should be able to be yourself, have boundaries, and when someone, cross those boundaries, cut them loose and get back to neutral, or do what you got to do. If you got to throw hands, whatever the case may be, get back to neutral. No one's going to mess your energy up. So I'm just not a big fan of passive aggressiveness, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, I started recording my videos on the inside. I let dude know when he finally works his nerve up again to ask that third time for my number. I let him know, like, I don't know you. You've done nothing to try to get to know me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm phone number out to strangers that, you know, avoid me every chance they can, like coming out their home. I told him what I noticed. Looked at me like he was shocked that I noticed. And, you know, he avoids me ever since. But I tell you what, him avoiding me is a lot easier than him faking like to wave at me. It makes life a lot more easy for me. I like for my enemies to present themselves. I like to see who you are to your face, and I like to show you how I feel about it, so we have no misunderstanding as men, right? We're not gonna have no misunderstanding as men. You know, I understand that I draw a lot of jealousy. I understand that the way I live my life causes nosy people that shouldn't be worried about me to be worried about me and worried about what I do. The problem with them is they fall for the looking like I'm in my own little world thing. I'm more observant than anybody you know. Part of the reason why we're shades out here, they don't know where my eyes are at. Well, you see where my eyes are at whenever I'm talking, right? Whenever I'm pulling downloads and my eyes are all over the place looking at, that's what I'm doing right now. I watch everything. And see, without my glasses, I can't really see well, you know, because I wear glasses or my prescription shades. But with my prescription shades, I can see everything. I can see faces, tags, you know, colors of vehicles, certain vehicles that come. I'm watching all that stuff. And these people are thinking that I'm just out here and I'm just out here doing whatever I want to do, and I'm out of it, going off of stereotypes they watch on TV. They have no idea I'm an elite Army veteran that worked for the White House. So that's an engineer. I'm pretty much elite, and they're out here thinking I'm some goofball black dude that ended up in the mountains. Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I put myself here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and a lot of times these people, especially these men, they really shouldn't have no problem with me because I have nothing to do with them. Look at these cornballs, y'all. Look, 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 look. See that? You see what I mean? That's what I mean. Who else? You know what I mean? They're watching me hard. Dude went and bought a Raptor. That's not just a Ford truck. You know how many versions of F-150s they have? No, you know, to get a Ford Raptor to want to stand out like that, you got to be watching. Watch, I got a Ford Raptor, man. I got the first gen, right? But that's what they do, man. They just sit back and they study you and they watch you and they study. They don't say nothing to you. They just sit back and they watch you and they study you and they watch you and they study you, right? This is why I don't have any guy friends. When you're on top of your game, you'll start noticing a bunch of clones around you. You'll start seeing everybody starting to mimic you, and these same people don't wave at you. These same people, because what they feel like they're doing is, I'm gonna copy him anyway, so there's no point in me being friendly with them because I'm gonna eat off his plate anyway. I'm gonna try to look or be like him. You wanna know why they're trying to look and be like you? Let's take it all the way back to center. Why would a grown man that's heterosexual be emulating another grown man? His old ladies looking at me. The women that he know looking at me. So guess what that means? I talked to my homeboy the other day. I'm gonna start walking my black ass, my fine black ass down this road. So if they wanna keep driving by my house buying Ford Raptors as if I wanna see that shit, then I'm gonna take my black ass and walk by their homes with my shirt off as if they wanna see that shit, right? I don't wanna see none of that crap, bro. Like, don't buy the same truck I have, man. That right there, that shit happened to me at my job. I'm telling you, right, the last job I had, and I just, man, I don't like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no flattery when you mimic me directly. But what I will do is give your old lady something to look at. Hence the reason why you're mimicking me in the first place. So I will start walking my black ass down that road, and I will continue to give people plenty more reasons to be jealous of that with these punk ass males around here. Scared to get the ass beat. Probably will if they say the wrong thing though. So ladies, it's not just you dealing with females out here doing too much. There's a bunch of beta, soft, mushy males out here that do the same stuff, right? In their feminine energy, no masculine energy, and operate out of it on a regular basis and believe it's normal. It's not. And when I see these beta leftover males, you know, I just be thinking to myself, what a waste. You know what I'm saying? A waste of space, a waste of opportunity, you know, a waste. I'm just gonna be real. The reason why, you know, you ladies have the problem you have is because you're in your divine feminine energy, and a lot of these women have fell for the bait of society right now, pushing them to be masculine. So they're gonna hate on you because they know you are what they're supposed to be, and if they were like you, they would get the kind of man they want. So they don't. So they call you a pick-me and all this other kind of stuff because you know how to treat a man. But y'all know better. But to my fellas out there that don't know any better, that don't observe people copying them, that when someone copies you, you notice it and it bothers you, you have that person or someone around you telling you, well, you know, copying is the biggest form of flattery. Who told who that? Who started that? No, it's not. Copying somebody is not the greatest form of flattery. There's nothing flattering about copying somebody. I'm gonna tell you what copying is. Copying is a demon spirit. Copying is the kind of spirit where you feel like you gotta, you know, I gotta be like this person, I gotta act like this person. You can't be this person. And I'm gonna tell you why a lot of it happens. Again, with these beta males, a lot of it happens because their old ladies are looking at you. They're old ladies and they feel threatened. Even though you're not looking at none of them, they still feel threatened because they're beta. And they feel like somebody's gonna take something from them. Weak. And they see you walking around like you don't give a shit. And they know you don't care. They know you don't care. So they want to try to compete with you. You can't compete with me, fool. None of you lames can compete with me, right? And your old ladies are going to continue to look. They're going to continue to look because you're lame and you're weak, and she knows what she sees. You know what I'm saying? Mimic all you want to mimic. You know what I mean? Let them copy all they want to copy, and know that, right? Call them out though. Don't take the coward way out. Call them out. Say something to them. Get it out there. Let them do what they got to do with it, right? Because let that spirit, because I'm telling you, when someone goes through the effort to mimic you, they've watched you hard, they're harvesting off your energy, and then they'll be the kind of person to not only mimic you, but want you to see that they mimicked you. Like, this is their thing. They're competing with you. It's a secret competition. Like, oh, I can do it too. I got the, you ain't me, fool. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they're doing. They've decided to have that's pretty much a relationship with you. These goofy males decide to put you in some third party situation with them, their spouse, and you, and start competing with you. And you just start looking, you're like, why are these goofy dudes getting goofier around me? Because they're so threatened. They're so threatened, they don't even know what to do with themselves, man. They're so threatened in so many different ways, they don't even know what to do. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing that they're gonna do is speak to you. They're just threatened, man. And I'm not here to stroke their cowardism. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? If I notice that it seems like, you know, I'm being watched too hard and someone's making an attempt to seem like me so they can reel their spouse in. If you got to do all that to reel your spouse in, homie, that's not, you got to let that shit go, man. And on top of that, if you're that insecure where you got to copy another man directly, bro, you got a lot of issues, man. You got a lot of issues. I don't like that copying spirit. Like I've told y'all before, or I did on the other channel, that mimicking spirit it steals, it's a way of trying to take away the light from, you know, God's people. Right? Like if anybody can do it, then it doesn't make you in any kind of way, you know, divine from God, right? So it's a demon spirit in them doing that. They have no talent. They have no, you know, je ne sais quoi about them. So they just mimic you to show everybody, hey, look, it's not nothing special about this person. You can mimic them. Fool, you can buy or get whatever the person did. You can copy what they did and you can dress like them, but you didn't come up with it. You have no original thought in your head. And you call yourself a man. That's what I'm getting at. It ain't got nothing to do with you copying me and seeming like you got the money to do what I do. For you to feel like you have to do what I do, for you to sit there and be like, I like exactly what that man got going on, I want that. There's a spirit to that. There's a spirit to that, and I don't trust that spirit that makes another man get jealous enough to try to put himself in a competition with another man. I don't no. That's a weird spirit. That's weird. That's like a jealousy spirit. That's a kind of coward you have to really watch out for. So lone wolves, just notice that when you notice someone like copying you verbatim, and this is the kind of person that's around you on a regular basis but doesn't really interact with you, that's a very dangerous individual. Do not take any of that stuff for granted. Get yourself away from them. While also, if you can, if it's just somebody you can't never interact with, it is what it is. But if you can, you know, if they come up on you or they're acting stupid, because a lot of these people really just want to copy you, want you to see it, and they want you to, like, you know, say something to them like, hey, good job, but fuck out of here. No. Listen, y'all, you're alone. I got one friend. We both went to Iraq together. He was my sergeant. He took me to the promotion board. You know, I've known him since Iraq, since I was in my early 20s. That's the only friend I have. When these goofy males think that they're friendly to me and think they're fooling me with stuff while they're studying me, I don't fall for it. I let them fall for it. I let them think I'm naive. I let them think that they're fooling me with something. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm like, who is this fool think he's fooling? Why is this fool in my business? You know what I'm saying? And I don't trust this fool. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell him that, though. I don't be looking for friends like that. I don't need buddies. I'm a loner, man. You know what I'm saying? And when dudes come around, I don't trust them. I'm telling you, man, you only need a couple good friends and they ain't got to be the same gender. I'm just telling you, like, most dudes going to copy you, bro. Like, they're going to be around you to feed off of you. They're going to be around you to figure out how you do what you do, or they're going to try to figure something out about you. They are not rolling with good intentions. So what people got to do with me, they got to watch me from a distance. Now, if I had a truck cover over my truck like I'm supposed to, and my motorcycle, they have to work harder to try to copy me, which I'm going to get a truck cover and a motorcycle cover, you know, so they can't just drive by my shit every day and get ideas. Just driving by and just, you know, putting too much energy in me and what I'm doing and just trying to get ideas. I ain't got time for that, man. I don't even know any of these people, and I don't even know what they look like down this road. But they driving by my house and memorizing what they see and making plans on buying this and that. I ain't got time for none of that goofy ass shit, y'all. I don't have the patience for it. I don't care for it. It's a demon spirit. It's a demon spirit as far as I'm concerned. Told y'all before, old job I used to work at, Ford dealership when I left, man. You know what I'm saying? What kind of men? And then, you know, I'll have these other miscreants that'll say something like, well, anyone that gets offended by someone copying them, but then they want, you know, to be famous is strange. Nah, I can call copycats out. I don't mind. Being inspired by someone and copying someone are two different things. I don't have any friends. You know, I'm just talking about these people that, you know, I'm talking about people that energy harvest off you, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that energy harvest off of you. None of these people are my friends. I'm talking about when I'm minding my business and I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, collect my energy together so I can go ahead and manifest what I need. I have people in my energy for no reason that live out this way, staring at my shit, studying my shit, you know, going and making vehicle purchases based off of seeing my shit. Just goofy stuff like that, man. No, you good. I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about the fact that this bothers me because, and this is my channel for it, right? When I get on my main channel, I try not to talk about this because, you know, I have too many of those content creators on YouTube watching it. And as soon as I post it up, they just harvest off of it and go and make a whole bunch of videos. Yeah, divine masculine. Or people are worried about other people. Oh, shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? All that content is stupid. You over here worried about what I'm posting, trying to tell me I'm too worried about what everybody else is saying and doing. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? You're being hypocritical. That's why I can't watch any of this content posted up on YouTube anymore. I get on TikTok and watch some of the short videos, but I can't watch any of the spiritual, because it's just, and I'm gonna be real with you and I'm gonna say it again, most women talk too much. Most women talk too much. They give too much of their opinion when they should keep it to themselves. And honestly, it probably would save a lot of their relationships, but most women talk too much. They just talk too much. You know, they could leave things where they have it at, and then they'll say too much of their opinion. And that's not God. So when you start voicing that opinion, I just got to cut y'all off, because I'm not even dating like that. I block women real quick, fast, and in a hurry. So why in the world am I going to watch content where women are like, and it's not all, there are some good ladies out there, but there's too many of these dirtbags that find a reason to try to correct you. You know, you be watching a read, you know, when I do my reads, I don't sit there and tell you what you need to do. I put out information, let you know what I see. But when I watch readings, I keep seeing these women being therapists or life coaches. And they start talking too much. Like, we don't know what they're going through, but then they'll be sitting here, you know, telling you, yeah, it seems like you got attachment issues. It seems like you got code. Who are you? Like, it's weird to me. It's weird, and they get views. And it's like, man, I'm trying to get y'all to start thinking for yourselves. You can go on there and get confirmation, but you don't need a daddy and a mammy. You don't need that. You don't need someone telling you what you need to be doing, what you need to stop doing, what you're overly focusing on. Think about this fool and what they're saying. This fool is telling you you're overly focusing on something while they're overly channeling you, overly channeling your energy, overly channeling, you know what I'm saying? They're calling it channeling, but they're really just watching YouTube and TikTok channels, but whatever. I ain't gonna call them out on that. Be amused, you know what I'm saying? Take amuse, whatever. But what I'm saying is, they're trying to tell, let's say that they're real. You know, some of them are, but most of them aren't. Let's say that they're real, and they're channeling. Why are you consistently channeling the same negative situation? Why don't you focus on something else? Why are you always channeling that? So you can continue to give us a bunch of goofy advice that's common sense and make it seem like you're speaking the word, you know what I'm saying, out of the Bible. And you're not, man. So just chill out. It's a whole bunch of that going on. That's why I had to stop watching the readings. I'll reevaluate the way I was doing mine, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure I'm not getting on here preaching to you guys, you know, telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you gotta let your ex go. And I know what you're saying, but it seems like to me that you're still stuck on them. I know what you're saying though, but I get the feeling, no, fool, you feeling what you would be doing. That's the way you think. You will let your ex bring their raggedy ass back to you with all of whatever they picked up, you know what I'm saying, on their way. I don't do stuff like that. I'm royalty. When I tell you something, I mean it. So don't talk about what you think I mean behind the words I say. Why don't you go ahead and listen to the words I say? And you know what? If you start listening to men and the words they say, instead of going off of what you think they mean behind those words, you might be able to keep a man. I don't know. I might be right. I might be wrong, but you've been doing it your way for quite a while and you still have no man. So you might want to try doing things a little bit differently. Stop going off what you think men mean. Listen to what he's saying to you. And if it sounds like BS, roll out. If it sounds like something you can work with, stay. Otherwise, man, listen. All these assumptions, I don't post very much of my life up. So I see a lot of readers doing a lot of guessing and they're completely off. But then again, some of them probably do it just to try to get somebody to say more.